Okay, so there's a process of budgeting that goes through on every single project. This is where most people fall short of putting in their due diligence, and it's the most important piece of the puzzle. Our project was $1.4 million over budget. Well, what does that mean when you're over budget? Well, you need to get a stabilized value that you could actually get a cash out refinance where you can actually get a long-term stabilized loan. If you don't, then you're gonna have to come in with cash to stabilize that asset. So we were $1.4 million over budget in order to get our investors the return they wanted, plus what we needed in order to stabilize the asset long-term without any issues. And so that we had to go through every single bid, from the paint to the plumbing to the concrete, every single piece of it, the cabinets, and we went in and we did what's called value engineering, $1.4 million. And what we found when we went through this was some very, very enlightening pieces to this project. We found out that the plumbing and mechanical engineer got lazy and they just put in 8-inch lines for our sewer lines all the way through. They didn't build what's called a stack, where we could actually go from a 2-inch pipe to a 4-inch pipe to a 6-inch pipe to an 8-inch pipe, and ultimately save us $130,000 in just sewer line fees alone, just from value engineering the sewer lines. We were also able to go in and save another $70,000 on the water lines because he did the exact same thing. We had an abundance of water pressure, so instead of building a stack on the water lines and doing a pipe reduction where it went from a 2-inch pipe on a main distribution down to a 1-inch pipe, down to 3/4-inch pipe, and then a 1/2-inch pipe at the fixtures, he just went 2-inch pipe throughout the entire building. When we were able to go in and do a pipe reduction, we were able to go in, get the engineer's affirmation. Don't let your trade professionals get lazy on you. That was a $70,000 savings. Now, the other place that we found a ton of money was in the foundation. They went in and did a monolithic pour, but because the grade has a 6-foot variation from one side to the other, the property actually steps down with the footings, meaning that we had stem walls. The formwork alone is over 2 weeks worth of labor, forming and concrete, with a lot of rebar in it, that we could do the exact same thing with block and save ourselves a week's worth of labor and over $350,000 in materials and labor through the strategic engineering of doing stem walls, then a monolithic slab. So never underestimate the value of value engineering and going through every single set of prints to make sure that you cut your costs and ultimately save to stabilize and make your project the most profitable as humanly possible.